Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, May 1st, and I am here to do another Facebook Live. It is about 8:15 if you're getting ready to log on. I'm a few minutes late. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. I have some fun backgrounds I'm going to show you today using watercoloring. Sometimes it can seem a little bit maybe intimidating to try this, so I hope that I can show you how fun it is and to encourage you to try this fun technique. Okay, so I see people hopping on. If for some reason I'm not on at 8 o'clock, friends, know that I'm trying to get on. The last several weeks I've had problems with my program, and I am not technologically savvy. My husband is, and whenever there's a problem, he's never here. So anyway, it is what it is. It's live Facebook Live. And so I never know what can happen, but know that I'm always trying to log on and to be here for you. So with that being said, again, thank you all for joining me. If you're watching this recording and you don't want to hear what I have to say, my announcements, my specials, this is a business for me. It's my full-time job, so I like to go over events I have coming up or specials I'm offering or what Stampin' Up is offering. Feel free to fast forward. That's okay. There's a fast forward button if you're watching the replay or on YouTube. There's really no need to comment and tell me that I'm talking too much or whatever. I try to do these videos for fun and to inspire you. And negative comments kind of stink when you put yourself out there. And I know they're going to come. But anyway, thank you to my friends who really appreciate me coming live every week. I appreciate you all. And this is a CMU sweatshirt. I am a graduate of there as well as my husband. So fire up chips. We love Mount Pleasant and Central Michigan University. And I just spilled all that out because I'm frustrated that the computer didn't work, and I did get a negative comment on my YouTube channel. So anyway, thank you for those of you that love me and that enjoy watching me every week. So tonight last week I showed this card that I got in the mail, and I had a few people ask like how I stamped the background. Number one, this was a card that was given to me from Shannon West, who works and Stampin' Up at the home office. And this actually isn't stamped at all. It is with aqua painters and some re-inkers. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm going to also show you how to make another fun background using our aqua painters. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Okay, thank you so much for all your love. I appreciate it. Okay, but first things first, I have a few quick announcements. And then I'll quit talking. Number one is tonight is the last day to sign up for my delightfully detailed class. It features 10 cards. There's no stamping in this class. You're going to get, it's $35, and you get all the supplies to make these 10 cards. You're also going to get $24 in products mailed to you, the twine, the faceted dots, and a Memories and More kit, and you'll get to tutorial emailed to you with colored pictures and directions. So if you want to take this online class, you can go to my website blog right up here, click on my classes, and the link is there. It's an awesome, awesome class that anyone can do, and you'll have tons of leftover pieces to create even more cards. The other thing is, it is May 1st, and I have a new host code, so if you would like to shop with me, again, thank you to all my customers and friends and family. I appreciate you so much. Here's my May host code. Starting today, Stampin' Up! Has released a new, it's called a medley, and it is called something a little rosy, I believe. I don't know, my brain is just going really crazy right now. And this is $80, and it comes with a stamp set and framelits and beautiful paper and ribbon and embellishments, all kinds of stuff. It's while supplies last. So you know what that means. It's not going to be around probably all month long. So if you would like that, on my Facebook page, I have the links for all of that, and you can sign up for that if you would like. Okay. I think, oh, and the other thing is, if you're local, on Saturday, I would love to have you stop by my downtown studio. Maybe you've never checked it out. I'm having an open house from 10 to 2. You can come make a free card. I will have cards for sale, little gifts for sale, and I'll have that new suite I just talked about, that little medley thing. I'll have that to showcase as well, so you can see it in person and sign up for some other classes if you would like, that are upcoming. So that's Saturday at my studio. Okay, I apologize that I'm talking too long. Thank you for listening to all my fun announcements, and let's get stamping. Okay, let me switch our camera view down. Okay, so here is the card if you missed it. And this card, she used the colors Mango Melody, Calypso Coral, and Poppy Parade. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. The first thing you need is aqua painters. We sell these, Stampin' Up! Sells these, and they come 2 in a package. This one is kind of like more of a little fine point, and this one is a little bit thicker at the top. So you just actually, the top unscrews and you fill it up with just water. It's that simple. And then the next thing you need is ink. So I'm looking for my paper here. You need your ink pads and re-inkers, and then you need watercolor paper, which comes like this. It comes in a 6x9 inch sheet. There's 5 sheets in here, and you can cut them down to the size you need. Look at this cute little frog I found in there that I had watercolored. I cut a piece. Right here it is. So this is, I need to cut it down though to 4. This is actually made on a note card. We sell note cards in vanilla and white. So, this is a note card size. If you haven't already said hi, thank you for, thanks for joining and sharing. I appreciate it. And I cut that down shorter than my other one, but we're going to go with it. So, I just have my little foam mat. It's covered in paper, and so that's what I'm going to be doing my watercoloring on to do the background. And I believe Shannon called this a drop technique. I'm not really entirely sure. And what colors do you want me to do? I have some blue shades, or I have some pink shades. So we'll see the first one that comes up, blue or pink. And we'll go with that one for our background on this. I will tell you the next card we're going to do will be in blue. So maybe we should do pink. Anybody out there? Anybody at all? I'm going to get a napkin to clean off my my brush. Okay, I see blue, blue, blue. Lots of blues. Okay, so we're going with blue. Okay, so the shades I have are Call Me Clover, Bermuda Bay, and Pacific Point. Now don't have no fear, I actually have a pink sample done to show you. So you'll still get to see pink as well. So I'm just opening these lids up. And maybe I'll do pink too, why not? I have lots of this paper, so maybe we'll do both. Okay, so what I did is on the lids you can see here, I took our re-inkers and I just put a drop, 1 or 2 drops in each of them. And then you come in with your aqua painter and you can squeeze, and I don't know if you'll be able to see, like water will drip into there and that will condense it down a little bit. So to do this background, I'm going to take kind of the middle shade, which is going to be my Bermuda Bay, and I'm just going to swirl it in here, and then I'm going to lift it over my my paper and I'm going to squeeze, and water is going to just kind of splatter down just like this, and there's no perfect way, and you can see as I keep, it gets a little bit lighter. So then you can pick up and make it a little bit darker again. Then you can take a little napkin and wipe it off. Then I'm going to go in with some green and drop some green. And it's fun because some of the colors will swirl. And then you go in with your next color. So I have Pacific Point here, and you we'll just kind of splatter this around. This is it. It's just a fun, kind of messy, so if you don't like, some of you might like be freaking out right now because the water is kind of going everywhere, and that's okay. And then you let it dry. You can, once it dries, you can go back in and add more color, more drops on top of it to get like, because believe it or not, it will dry a lot lighter. Also, if you're in a hurry, you can take like the corner of a napkin and you can watch what's going to happen. When I set this down, it's going to, did you see it like soaked up that color, and it makes it dry. Anyway, you can also use your heat tool and dry it that way too if you're in a hurry. So this is how you do the background, 3 different colors in similar shades or color families, and then you drop it. Let's do it on pink now. I'm just gonna, I'm going to wash my brush off, which I'm just squeezing it to get color out and it goes clear. I'm just going to set this aside, and then I'll kind of show you how she assembled the card next. So, let me cut a piece of this off. I got my paper trimmer right here. So I think it was, let's do 4.5 by 3.5. I think, actually it was 3. I think 4.5 by 3 was the measurement. So we have our watercolor paper here. Okay, I'm going to open up. For the pinks, I have powder pink, I have Melon Mambo, and Berry Burst. And I'm going to leave my other colors out, so it's going to look really messy here because we're going to be using those again for my card that we're going to make. I guess I will move them. Okay, and just remember, Berry Burst and Powder Pink are retiring in colors. So, I heard that Lemon Lime Twist paper has sold out. Okay, so we're going to start with the Melon Mambo. And the same thing, you're going to just drop some water down. And you're going to focus on the center mostly of the card right in there is where you're going to drop like the most of your color. Okay, and then you're going to go in, let me wipe this off, with some of the light color, powder pink, and we'll do a few drops of that. When I did the powder pink earlier, it looked kind of like dirty, but then it dried fine. So I was kind of worried about the powder pink because powder pink is one of my favorite colors. And then we're going to go in with some Berry Burst. And it kind of looks like a mess right now. So you will get a different look every time. I want that spot right there in the middle there. And you can again take your paper towel and you can kind of pull some of that color up to let it dry a little bit faster. But this is just a fun way to make backgrounds on your card. Okay, so here is that mess. It's not really a mess. It just looks kind of messy right now. So when it's all dry, it is going to look like this. Let me show you. First, let me close the lids though. I have two that are completely dry right now because I did them earlier. I have the pink one right here. Can you see that? I don't know if it'll focus. But the colors kind of blend together and it looks really, really cool. And then what you do is you take your die cut and you cut out the center and you use the, this is the negative. And then here is the blue when it is dried. See, that's like the Pacific Point, really strong color there. And then the other colors, I'll post pictures too because you can't really tell how cool it is, or at least I can't tell looking at the screen right now. And then here's the card I actually got. So do you see she cut out the Celebrate and it's popped up on dimensionals, and then the U is just right there. So what a fun and fairly simple card, and you could make this in all different colors. So I hope you like that. Let me know if you're willing to give this water drop technique a try. It's been fun for me tonight, like playing with it. It was super fun. Okay, the next one we're going to do is I'm going to do just a general, the popping noise in the background is people commenting, and I don't know, let me see if I can turn the volume down, because there, maybe that, can you still hear me? I think it was the comments. Okay, so I hope you can still hear me now. Yeah, it was just, the popping is the comments coming through. I turned my volume down, so hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a background on this piece of paper, and this is 5 inches by 3 3/4. Okay, great. I'm glad you can still hear me. And I still have water in here, and I'm going to be focusing on the Bermuda Bay and the Call Me Clover and Pacific Point. So these are the colors that I have. Okay, so for this type of background, you're actually going to add a coat of water to your paper first, and then you're going to pull this in, and it's gonna like kind of just like swoosh, swoosh, swoosh all around. So let's add that water first. So you're going to just add your water, and then you're gonna come in here with your Bermuda Bay, and then do you see how it kind of just spreads all out? And then you're gonna go back in and pick up some more color and make this really fun background. I don't know if you can see that. The water is definitely moving. Next, I'm going to come in and grab a little bit of the Call Me Clover, and I'm going to just add a little bit of that in there and blend it. And then I'm going to pick up just a tad of the Pacific Point. And this is watercolor paper, Elizabeth. Yes. Yep. And yes, I said you could, yep, Tammy, you're right. You can definitely use your heat tool to dry it. And I just went in with more Bermuda Bay. So you can add several colors to achieve the look you're going for. I am going to use my heat tool. As a matter of fact, I have it here. I am going to take the edge of a paper towel and just kind of blot off some of the water. Yes, whenever you're in a hurry, that heat tool works awesome. So I'm going to, my heat tool, I can't reach it all the way over. So I'm going to move this and dry it just a second. When it dries, it curls, but you can flip it over and then it goes back straight. So this is kind of what it looks like when it's drying. Okay. Now we're going to actually make a card really quick. This, you can actually make really pretty cards super fast with this fun background. So what I went ahead and did is I cut out a butterfly in the silver foil from the Springtime Impressions, and I believe this die is carrying over, so it will be available in our next catalog. But look at how pretty that is with the how it just shines anyway. Then I went ahead and I grabbed Coastal Cabana, and I know this isn't a color I used, but it looks really, really pretty with that background. So I'm going to just fold this. And then I already cut a piece of black to mat the watercolor paper on. I should let you know too, in case you don't know, that you can also do watercolor backgrounds on our shimmer white paper. That is in the back of our annual catalog as well, and you can watercolor on that. I'm looking for my adhesive. And for the watercolor paper, I'm going to put adhesive down all four edges. This paper is super thick because it can absorb the water. So I really added on my adhesive, and I'm just layering it to a basic black piece. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to add this to our card. So why is my snail not working? Okay, so we have this. Which way? I guess we'll do it this way. Maybe we'll do it this way because I'm going to have my butterfly. But I can see the different shades that I added in there. So it's nice and dry. You want it dry so that your butterfly and everything can attach. So the other thing I did is I took some silver thread right here and I looped it around some of my fingers several times. I'm gonna create like a little fun behind the butterfly, and then so I just have it several times looped around my fingers, And then on the back of the butterfly, I should have already done this. I'm going to put a couple mini glue dots on here so that this thread, oh, Karen, your comment made me laugh. My technical term, the language, that's funny. Okay, so I have a few glue dots on the back. Then I'm taking this thread off. I don't know, it's hard to see, but I'm going to go ahead and like pinch it in the center. I wish I can, there, you can kind of see it like that. And then I'm going to stick it to those glue dots, hopefully, if all goes well, to the back of here. Whoops, I need another mini glue dot right in the middle where it's missing. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and your comments. It's super fun to see. And I try to answer all of your comments. If I, within a day of my video, sometimes Facebook doesn't show me them right away, and I'll like, one will pop up and I'm like, where did that come from? So this, it's kind of behind there like that, and it's silver, so it just looks pretty, I think. So we're gonna put that down with a few more glue dots. I should have grabbed some mini dimensionals. That would have been perfect. I'm gonna just add a few of these glue dots over top of the thread and stick this down. You guys know I love mini glue dots. No surprise there. Okay, so I have my butterfly, and I'm gonna turn my butterfly this way. This is a pretty good sized butterfly, and I'm just gonna kind of like fan that little silver threads out a little bit, and I'm going to squish that down there like this. And then I have a strip of my watercolor paper left over, and I'm using this stamp set, Strong and Beautiful, and in May, and maybe within the next week, I'm going to be announcing my May online class, which I am very, very passionate about. And I'll tell you about that later. I won't go into it now. But it's going to be using the stamp set. And I'm using the stamp in here that says, "You're amazing and that's a fact." This one right here. So we just have some black memento ink up here that I'm going to ink this up with. And when you stamp on this paper, it's not smooth like our normal cardstock. So you're gonna want to make sure your ink pad is really juicy, and you're gonna want to press like nice and firmly onto the watercolor paper. And I like to huff to reactivate that ink. Okay, so there's our sentiment. And then we're going to take our paper snips, and I guess we'll just do it the same as last time. I'm just gonna cut that at an angle. And this one though, the first card, I'll show you again. I use the glitter dots, and this one I'm going to use rhinestones, which are another one of my favorite embellishments. So I'm just gonna tuck this in over here, like this. I don't know if you can see the cool background. Okay, and then I have some rhinestones here, and I'm going to sprinkle some of those rhinestones on our card. And the other one I used, I'll show you again, the glitter dots. And I'm gonna use some of the different sizes. Okay, but you could, these cards would be super nice to do like multiples of, because I mean, the hardest part is just grabbing all your supplies and you're inking up your, you know, your your pads, getting your ink in your pads anyway. Once you have that, you can make all kinds of cards because you got everything out and ready to go. So here is this card. So this one has the rhinestones. Again, look for my photos, and in my email tomorrow, I'll have a blog post. This one, I'm using the glitter enamel dots right there. They kind of match the background. This is what I used, the Coastal Cabana ones. So you can tell me which one you like. Do you like the rhinestones better or the glitter enamel dots? And you might need to see the photo. But what a fun technique to make these really fun backgrounds with the aqua painters. So if you don't have the aqua painters, you're going to want to be ordering those and your re-inkers. And I have my re-inkers in the new little lid here that goes with our new storage system. I don't have mine put together yet, but I did buy them. So you might need that as well. So thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for sharing and saying hi and listen to me rant a little bit at the beginning. Again, I apologize for doing that, but sometimes it's hard when you hear negative things anyway. I like to try to be positive and obviously make everybody happy. So I hope you enjoyed this fun background technique today. And I will be back next Wednesday. I don't think there's anything going on, so hopefully I'll be on at 8 p.m. and my computer will not have a problem. And if so, just know that I will be on within a few minutes. And if not, I'll post and let you know exactly. So thank you again. And you can, if you need to shop and order any of these awesome products, you can use my host code there. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you next week. Bye.